Alright, hello everybody, Skyrain here, back again, but this time with a different video from Tarisland, the MMO that has now made its global release. I thought I'd give it a whirl, see what it's all about. So far, I am greatly enjoying it for what it is. Now, it's more akin to an MMO, very WoW-like, so take that for what you will. This is in no way like, you know, I've seen I watched Habbo stream where a lot of people were like, oh, it's just a game that's gonna kill Diablo more. They're two different games. There's no comparison. They do two different things. Don't even try. It makes no sense. So get that out of the way, get that out of your head. Moving on. Let's go ahead and get into some gameplay that I had recorded from when I first started here. I'll just go let this play out and keep discussing the game as we go along here. I did the PC download, and of course I'm playing it on my PC. It's WASD to move, basic controls, that kind of thing. Shift to sprint, the standard. I'm not entirely sure what it would be on mobile, but you kind of get the idea. It is a mobile game as well, which is kind of crazy because it is pretty massive. It is definitely of the MMO variety. So to play it on mobile, I can't even imagine, honestly. But hey, if you want to, give it a whirl. Obviously, this is all free to play. Unless you want to go for, like, you know, cosmetics and things of that sort and whatever else. But I don't think there's any pay to win in this, far as there's PvP, there's battlegrounds in this one too, and they have some very interesting mechanics to them. I only did like a couple, like literally 2 matches so far, and it's a learning process. It's definitely something. There's like siege weapons you can do if you get enough player coins and so on and so forth built up, and then you assault their keeps to get to their heart, the tower, past the towers, that kind of thing. Tower defense, sort of, yes. Sieging is pretty cool. It's not so cool, however, when you have, you know, scattered parties and whatever else. Oh, I just got an invite to join a guild. You don't see it right now because I have this recorded video playing, but anyway, nonetheless, as you can see there, it took a little bit of getting used to. My muscle memory for WASD movement is a little... It's been a while. It's been a long while, actually. I used to be using that all the time. I used to play... oh, boy. I can't even think of the top of my head right now. Vermintide. Oh, my God. Vermintide. Skaven. All the rats. Yes, Warhammer. Yeah, I used to play that a hell of a lot. And that used the WSD keys to move around and all that, etc., etc. But so yeah, getting back to the old roots of all those muscle memories and the keyboard functions, instead of just, like, you know, clicking to move and whatever else. This one I caught myself multiple times trying to do that. I tried clicking targets. Not so good either. So I was like, oh yeah, no, I don't want to do that. But yeah, as you can see, Towns on Fire. This isn't too spoilery-esque necessarily. Everybody's got to go through it. This is, you know, pretty much the intro to getting down the functions of things in the game, that kind of thing. So I got spun around on this one. I ran the wrong direction. I'm still learning how the map function goes there. Cutscenes had a little bit of a lag hitch up, I see. That's alright. I had to adjust some graphic settings later too. It is very pretty if your computer can handle it. Mine's a bit older, so I had to tone down things quite a bit. And I'm definitely in need of an upgrade, to say the least, but I just wanted to kind of cover this in general and give my thoughts on this and my experience of it so far. I've put a lot of time into it today so far. I've maxed out. They are capping you daily right now as far as your progression goes. So you kind of have, like, I don't know, which makes sense since it's a global release for everybody across the board. They're gonna kind of, you know, keep everybody within a certain range at the outset, and then we'll just kind of proceed from there, which is fine, because then you can, you know, get in, get your daily stuff done or what have you, and get back out again. So you can almost treat it, I don't want to say like an AFK, because obviously there's a lot of moving parts in this one. But and here's the dragon fight. Big dragon. Fighting with NPCs, this is how they get you used to fighting in parties. You can see it's very WoW-esque with all of the damage meters and life bars of the party members and such. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far, honestly. It's a nice change of pace.
Make sure to share the DMG.
Let's share the DMG. That's hilarious. Share the damage. They call it DMG. I don't know if that's AI voice used for that in the game here, and some of these are not, but I think it might be. Share the DMG. Now I'm playing a mage, of course, in this game, because, you know, spellcaster, have to. There's a necromancer, though, in this one as well. Let's see, there's rogue, there's warriors, there's clerics. You know the standard quo for party grouping and proper party grouping, as opposed to, you know, obviously immortal. This one you actually have healers and support and damage dealers, and then your tanks, etc. So that one really messed me up there. I just noticed. I didn't realize it was that bad. Oh, two NPCs were dropped in this one. Interesting. I didn't even notice that until the very end. I'm still trying to get the functions of the keys down in this fight. I get better later. I'm going to show a dungeon run after this to kind of give another with some randoms. The matchmaking system is well, I don't want to say the matchmaking system is not the same as Diablo Immortal. Hell no. There's a quick finder matchmaking system in place already in this game for getting together to do dungeons, which is glorious on day one. Such a wonderful thing. I'm gonna go ahead and stop that video. Get back to this. I probably should accept the invitation to join a guild, but I'm sorry. I was doing a video and not for nothing, but it is what it is. Alright, so let me see. Let me go on to the next one here, which was the dungeon I just completed. Now with Mage, you have fire and ice abilities that you can swap back and forth at will. I'll go ahead and go over that really quickly just to kind of give you an idea. If you haven't seen this information elsewhere already, that is, I mean, I'm just putting it out there for anybody that might not be familiar with this. And again, this is a whole nother, you know, ball of wax, so to speak, with everything. Currently capped out at level 20. They won't let you go any higher. I'm getting all this experience has been banked until tomorrow. It's supposed to raise to 26. So we're getting 6 level gain. I don't know if it's going to be per day that way or not, but you get it fairly quickly. You also have crafting professions and then specializations in each of those. So things are going to get really intricate. It's definitely an MMO. So there's a lot more moving parts in this one. Let me see what else we got going on here. Development. Here we go. Skills. You can upgrade your skills, and you have a talent tree as well. You got ultimates you unlock, and then you can set up which ones you want at a certain point. I didn't mean to close that. See what else we got going on. Talent, ultimate, recommended. Okay, they got that. And battle assist if you want. Oh, you have activated battle assist. Automatic. Allows automatic skill casting based on preset conditions. Oh, okay. That's actually, that might not be too bad on certain things. I know I've heard anyway that people have done like macros and stuff for this as well. So obviously that's allowed because this is a MMO and there's multiple skills, and I don't see why that wouldn't be an issue. Or I don't see why that would be an issue. Oh man, there's also a there's a skill, a passive skill tree as well. Nothing too Path of Exile crazy, but there's another one involved in there too. Pretty great so far, honestly. Let's get into this one now. I'll go ahead and play out a dungeon and continue to just kind of showcase what I've been able to start to pick up. Now this one, I started out as, you start out as an ice mage, so that kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, oh man, did I pick wrong or something? And it's like, no, you actually can flip-flop, not on the fly, but you can, you know, it doesn't cost anything to reset skills. At least I don't think so. It might have like a cooldown, but you can flip-flop and pull out skills and reassign them and such and so forth. So as far as that goes, it's pretty nice. Let's see what else. In this one, I'm using fire. The screen was way more zoomed out, and I could have scrolled it in like that. But for some reason, this run, it decided to scroll out further, which is fine. I actually prefer to see more of the battlefield. This mechanic's pretty funny. We get turned into sheep, and we have wolves chasing us down. They catch us, they eat us. Take that out in any kind of context you'd like. That's completely up to you. But yeah. And then you do have a haste, which I did use there, which is pretty funny. However, one guy up there's one down, one got trampled and eaten. Can't cross the streams. Don't cross the streams like Ghostbusters here in this particular fight. And then I get back to my damage again. I was in the top of the meter early on in this dungeon fight, but then of course with those mechanics, it took a little bit for me to get back in the groove. I'm doing just a lot of click skills in this one because with WASD movement, and then they have the skills assigned to the number keys. I'd rather do be a skill clicker, a filthy skill clicker. But yeah, that's fine. I honestly, I did the same thing in Guild Wars 2, and that kind of appalled some people because I used to do a lot of PvP in Guild Wars 2 as well. Some more backstory if you didn't know, and I had a hell of a lot of fun with world versus world in that, and I honestly kind of miss it because I enjoyed the sieging of castles and such in that game. But I digress. I can go into that one some other time. If you want to hear me more talk about that, of course, you know, mention that in the comments. And of course, if you made it this far into the video, that'll be like a little Easter egg, I guess. But anyway, back to this one. Still doing okay, damage-wise on the board on the top right-hand side. Still kind of getting used to the combos of the skills, which ones work best, which ones to upgrade, that kind of thing. And I'm just feeling this all out. I didn't really watch any other videos. I did watch a couple just to get like an overall scope and idea, and which is kind of what I'm doing here. But then I'm basically just documenting this on my channel as well because, you know, it's what I'm playing. So anytime that I try out something new or something that this one just released today, so I wanted to give it a proper go. And then of course I got to jump back into Immortal, get all my dailies and such done, and etc., and keep chugging away over there. So I'm not in any way, shape, or form backing off of that train yet, but this is a nice kind of different venture, and honestly a well-needed one considering the state of play of Immortal right now. So hey, take that for what you will too. But it's fine though. Like I said, they're completely two different games. I'm still in it for the PvP of no matter how much of a mismatch it is in there. This one so far, like I said, I only did 2 PvP matches in this game, and it's definitely a learning curve on that one when you're first starting out. So it's gonna take a little bit of time to get used to and learn the functions a bit better. The second game I started to get a better feel for, but yeah. Moving on, all these things have, yeah, don't get knocked down, Earth Mastery in this one. Everything has mechanics, obviously raid mechanics, so, which I'm all for. I also used to play Final Fantasy XIV, So there's another Easter egg. And again, if you've made it this far into the video, still, it's something else that I would play. So, and of course, if there's any interest, you know, to see more of this and my progression and what have you, anything else that I've learned along the way, I'll try to do my best as well. There's plenty of unfortunate, you know, well, I don't say unfortunate, but there's plenty of other guides out there already, which unfortunately, you know, I'm not like to be the first for it, but I at least want to be, you know, give my viewpoints and what I've learned, and I like to put my knowledge out there still, nonetheless. And again, caster class, that's my preferred poison, so to speak, in most games, so I always like the casters. This one I started to get my groove back going again. I'm still in second overall, but I mean, that's kind of what I'm supposed to be, is the damage dealer. I should be more at the top, but I can't tell what the green class actually might be the Necro, if we have one. I forget if we had one. I didn't pay attention. I was too busy just trying to focus on what I was doing. Now this one, also, the mechanics in this one too, they tell you which stop the water balls from reaching the boss. You touch the other ones, they stun you, so you have to just touch the water ones and stop the boss from recovering health. Or else this fight just drags out even longer. And I'm not sure if they have enraged modes yet or not, if the fight goes on for too long. So. I think this, oh yeah, this is an elite dungeon. There's in the top corner, Elite Library of Chaos. So yeah. I'm still trying to learn the combos. This is the first dungeon that I started to click on the skills. I'm probably gonna like see if there's a way to hide like all the descriptions across the bottom. I mean, it might be helpful for video sake wise to see like, oh, I'm using this skill, then this skill, then this skill, but I'm just still kind of winging it. I know there's certain combinations, and then you just pretty much almost not always press whatever comes off a cooldown, but as far as PvE goes, of course, you know, there's a certain sequence that you kind of want to stay in a cycle of, because I mean, you do only have X amount of skills to use, and they all have their each different internal cooldowns, etc. Now this one I got trapped, and we killed the boss in time before it reached me, so that's cool. I think that was the end of the fight. Unless, oh no, there was more to this one. That's right, that was only halfway. But yeah, dungeons, PvP battlegrounds with like siege equipment and assaulting towers. Assaulting towers kind of akin to Alley of Blood, or any game, any MOBA, actually. You know, yeah, that'd be more akin to that approach in this one, the battlegrounds in this game with those tower attacks and whatnot. There's it's definitely more of a MOBA feel in that sense. There's different maps. I only got to experience one of them so far on the on first day launch. So I think they're on rotation of some kind. So I'm curious to see what the other ones have in store, but it's definitely going to take some getting used to. It's definitely going to take some learning. Right now you got people that have just jumped in and that's all they're doing. That's fine, but I kind of want to have all the pie and not just a slice in this one. So I like to experience all facets of any game, to be honest, and see which one I like the most, and obviously then I will spend more time into it. Again, bringing it back around to when I was in Guild Wars 2, I did a bunch of PvE for a while, and then I was kind of like, man, I don't want to get involved with PvP. Then, of course, once I got into it, I got hooked, and then next thing I know, I'm like, what's PvE at that point? But then, I don't know, again, another game with class balancing issues. I left before they did the hybrid classes in that one. I got my 50,000 player kills way back in the day and bounced. It's like, yeah, I had my fun, and then unfortunately, like the core amount of people that I used to play with as well, all kind of did the same thing. Once it got to a certain point, we kind of got upset with how they handled Guild Wars 2, that is, and just kind of moved on, which it happens. It happens in every game, and that was the one. That's what happened in that one for me, anyway. I still have it, and there's times where I kind of want to go back to it because I do miss the. I actually do miss the world versus world in that game, PvP, but it's all right. But yeah, I know I should be talking about this one since this is the whole point of the video in here. But again, little tiny droplets of Easter eggs of other things that I've done in the past, and so on and so forth. Now, I will say this, spoiler, I end up getting dropped at the end of the fight because for whatever reason, I don't know if our healer got dropped or what, I wasn't paying attention, but one of our players also gets knocked into me. Now, right now, I'm doing the most damage, which is how it should be at this point on this boss, and I'm starting to get my mojo going with the fire. And there's a bunch of different phases on this one too. I'm doing all right through this phase because this one is where we're just building up. For whatever reason, in this stage, when we kill stuff off and start finishing them, we start getting stronger while we're in here. We got like these little auras around us, and we're moving faster. I don't think we're attacking faster, but we definitely have more movement speed for sure. It made for a way more fun time. Or maybe we did get a little bit of attack speed, because I think I am spamming my spammable attack more frequently. And it's tab target as well. So, tab target the closest one to you, anyway. I mean, I'm sure there might be somewhere in the settings you can change that. I remember I had to do that with Final Fantasy XIV. I didn't really like the tab target closest. Because I'm like, no, I want to hit like the back lines or something. I used to play mostly Red Mage in Final Fantasy XIV. Still a mage, but that also had a little bit of a battle mage to it. Now, yeah, towards the end, I don't know what happened, but one of the, I think the tank? Oh yeah, the tank's right there. They get knocked back, and then they not get knocked, yeah, right there. They got knocked into me. So I took more damage there than I should have. And then, okay, so I got healed up there. I can't tell exactly when it happened. It's when the boss is almost dead is when this goes down. And there's the mini bullet hell from that little orb in the middle. You kind of have to make note of. I have no idea. The ranger, for whatever reason, decided to run towards me in that instance, not being aware of how close we were. And that's what really messed me up, I think, the most. I took a lot of, yeah, and then I get dropped right there. And then they finished it, yeah. But I did the damage for the team, so that's the important thing. I killed at the very end, but it's okay. Got a little juggled around by other teammates in that one, so I was like, man, why did you run over to me when it said... It clearly gives you the audio cues, too, saying, oh, keep away, or everybody share the DMG and stack. You know, they don't give us a little stack icon. They literally tell you. So I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, honestly, for people who might be hearing impaired. Hopefully there's other things in place that they have for that for that accessibility. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough on this one. I hope that gives a nice little comprehensive first look, at least from my experience in what I've got to do. Oh yeah, by the way, obviously mounts. Let me get a, there we go, get a couple jumps in for you. Free mount. You get pets too, which I have a little Siamese cat. So if that, you know, tickles your fancy or whatever else too, you know, all the MMO goodness, you know, standard quo, all that kind of stuff. And that's my free Siamese cat I got for the game so far that they gave me. So anyway, until next time, everybody, stay safe out there in the real world on fire. Take it one day at a time. That's all we can do. Until next time, whatever comes next, actually. See ya.